regular season comes to an end tonight. The Lake Orion Dragons welcome in the Hornets from Saline High School. We've got it all for you here on Orion Neighborhood Television and on the NFHS streaming service. Pregame is underwritten by Molosses Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Molosses Palace has been servicing Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1950s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222. Good evening, everyone. From up in the booth, I'm Doug Corliss. Chris Frisching is to my right because of some of the senior night activities. We've moved pregame up to the booth. And Chris, 2 weeks ago, we said that the Dragons had to beat North Farmington, and they did. Tonight, they're kind of playing for their playoff lives. They currently sit number 30 out of the 32 teams that will qualify for the playoffs in Division I. This is a must-win game.
It is, yes, and a win tonight, and yeah, Lake Orion's in the playoffs, but lose, and it's still up in the air. There's still a chance for Lake Orion. You know, again, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. Teams get playoff points based on opponents' victories, and Lake Orion's strength of schedule helps their cause this year. Again, they've played Ike, who's 6-2. Adams is 7-1. Stony Creek's 4-4. West Bloomfield's 7-1. Clarkston 6-2. Saline comes in tonight at 6-2 as well, and you know, Ike plays West Bloomfield tonight. Adams plays Sterling Heights Stevenson. Clarkston Oak Park. I mean, Stony Creek and Anchor Bay. I mean, what happens in these games if Lake Orion loses, it matters, you know? So you'd like your prior opponents to win, to increase Lake Orion's overall playoff points, but you know what? Instead of getting into all the analytics and all the probabilities, just make it easy for yourself. Go out and win.
Go out and win. Saline comes in. They have lost 2 straight. And they, for the last couple of years, have started all with junior quarterback C.J. Carr. He's already committed to the University of Notre Dame. And it's not just him. He's got some weapons at receiver and at tight end.
Yeah, no, C.J. Carr's a real deal. He received 20 offers plus before committing to Notre Dame. Grandson of legendary Michigan football coach Lloyd Carr. Comes from a football family. But you're right, this is a team game. And you got to look out for wide receivers like Roman Lario and Cade Fox. Tight end Dylan Messman. They got Ryan Neathammer, the running back, and they got a freshman running back, James Rush. They average 32.5 points a game offensively, but you know what? Their defense is really good too. They only give up 10 points a game, and so 2 shutouts. They've only given up double digits 3 times this year. And lately their defense is doing a nice job of forcing turnovers. They just last 2 weeks haven't taken those turnovers and turned them into points. And so as a result, they come into tonight's game having lost 2 in a row. They're really good on both sides of the football, but keep that in mind, they're also really young.
This is week 9. It seems like only yesterday we were at week 1. Any surprises you've seen this year?
Yeah, I don't know about teams, but I think the surprise to me, there's only 31 teams in the entire state of Michigan that are undefeated. And not even one from the any division in OAA. In fact, there's only one undefeated team in Oakland County alone, Madison Heights Bishop Foley. Why do I bring this up? You know, the playoff point structure the way it is, the fact that every time we talk about Lake Orion and their schedule, the OAA Red and the non-conference games they play, week in, week out, we're covering some of the best games in the state and the toughest schedule in the state. And I think the surprising thing about this, when it's all said and done, is the fact that there's been high-level parity in high school football this year. You don't have teams, you've got teams beating up on one another, and nobody's running away with anything. You know, in Division I, you've got Belleville defending state champions. They play Brighton tomorrow. They're both 8-0. Caledonia and Rockford are both 8-0 on the other side of the state in Division I. But I think that's what's neat about the way it's been structured. There's parity in this league, so any community, any team's got an opportunity to go on, and that's what's so great about high school football.
It seems like only yesterday we were starting the season at Utica Eisenhower. The regular season ends up tonight. Stay with us. Pregame was underwritten by Molosses Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Molosses Palace has been servicing Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1950s. Stop by at 3800 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion or give them a call at 248-393-2222. Just before kickoff, tonight's game, the Saline Hornets against the Lake Orion Dragons. Chris, you got the keys to the game.
A couple tonight. Number one, I've talked about this before, but I think offensive tempo is so critical. They must run a ball control offense. We know how well Lake Orion runs the football, averaging 278.3 yards a game. They must continue to run with this way with tempo, though. Run the clock during long drives. Keep the high-powered Saline offense off the field. This is how Temperance Bedford beat Saline 2 weeks ago, 7-0. Long, deliberate drives that moved the ball, 8 o'clock, and allowed Saline to only have the ball 13 minutes the entire game. So that's the recipes for success. And number two, you get to CJ Carr. The strength of the Lake Orion defense is that pass rush. The weakness of the Saline offense is that young offensive line. And because of that weakness, Saline likes to get the ball out quick to their playmakers on the perimeter. Last week, Carr was 26 of 34 for 215 yards, but only 8.3 yards completion. So pressure Carr. Get your hands up to the quarterback. Contain him because he's a good mobile quarterback. Don't let him get out of the pocket. He had 46 yards rushing last week. I think the bottom line, the best defense in this case is a good offense. Just keep him off the field.
Yeah. Saline is coached by head coach Joe Palka. He's in his 12th season. Get this, he is 85-9 in the regular season and 17-10 in the playoffs. They have had a lot of 8-1, 9-0 seasons, and they've made 2 trips to the state finals in 2014 and 2018. Who did they lose to? Clarkston, both times.
We've seen them a couple times
over the
years.
Years. This is the second meeting between these teams. The first one was last year, and Saline won 34-21, and I was informed during pregame that this series has renewed for 2 more seasons. So the Dragons will go to Saline week 9 next year. Wally Rose is our referee tonight. And Saline has won the toss. They have deferred, so the Dragons will take the ball. As we said, Wally Rose is the referee. The head linesman is Chris Curtis. Steve Ells is the line judge. Michael McLaughlin is the umpire. Dave Dungy is the back judge. Brandon Robertson is the side judge. And Matt McLaughlin is the field judge. Beautiful night here tonight in Lake Orion. Maybe the high 60s, little breeze coming out of the south, blowing south to north. and Saline has taken the wind with the opening kickoff. Coach Bell put it very simply to me in pregame: win, you're in. And that's their focus right now, just get a win tonight.
Protect the ball. Every one of the Lake Orions wins this year, they haven't turned the ball over once.
Yep.
You know, that too is a recipe for success.
Dorian Hill and Troy Pakmara drop deep for the Dragons. And number 3, Riley Beeman, is going to kick off for the Hornets. Approaches, puts a foot into it. Taken by Pakmara on the 3, up over the 10, 15, 20, out near the 25-yard line. And the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. Good field position to start the drive. As you alluded to, Saline lost a lot in graduation. That being said, they have had a fairly good defense this year. Just the last couple weeks, the offense hasn't kept them in the game.
No, you're right. They've moved the ball, but as they've moved the ball, they've turned the ball over. Again, that's why turnovers are so critical in the game. You want to maximize the number of possessions you have. When you turn the ball over, you're not maximizing.
Toss back, Billy Roberson coming around the right side, cuts it upfield, breaks a tackle. Up near midfield, he's run out of bounds they're going to call it. They haven't, looks like he might have stepped out early. They're going to mark him down.
There's a penalty. Block in the back.
Block in the back on the offense. So that'll back the Dragons up. That's a spot foul from it's going to repeat 1st down, but it's going to be a 1st and 9. 2 receivers left, single wide right now, motion far side. Dorian Hill up near midfield, brought down at the 48.
I keep looking at stats every time we get them in preparation for our game. When you're averaging 278 yards on the ground as a team, I mean, talk about impressive. There's Hill running the ball. He's coming into the game tonight. Averaging 5.2 himself.
Double wide, double wing on 1st down. Motion this side. Billy Roberson up the middle. Gets maybe 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
Hill ran for 59 yards last week against North Farmington. Billy Roberson, number 3, who just carried the ball there. 10 carries, 197 yards himself, and 2 touchdowns. So get the ball to your playmakers, and you're seeing those 2 carry the ball right here.
1st down, double wide, double wing, motion this side. Up near the 40 comes Raymond Payne. He's marked down on the 41. That's enough for a 1st down, Dragons.
Ball control, tempo, move the clock, move the chains.
And have guys that can run. Twins left, single wide right. Roberson shifts to the left of T.R. Hill. He gets a handoff, gets over the 40 down near the 37, where it'll be 2nd down, gain of 4.
You'll take 4 yards of play every time,
Absolutely.
Is that the 37?
And that's one thing we've noticed with this Dragon team this year is they have speed to burn. 2nd down and 6. Roberson, flag down. He's down to the 35. Let's see what the call is.
And those are things you can't have. That's going to be on Lake Orion.
Yeah, looks like they caught someone heading upfield a little quickly. Oh, illegal formation. So that'll make it 2nd down and 11.
Got to play a clean game against a team like Saline. You can't turn the ball over. You can't have have penalties. We already had 2. Lake Orion's already had 2 penalties so far on this drive.
They go trips left, single wide right. Roberson, the long back, he gets the handoff, breaks 1 tackle, gets up to the 40, where it'll be 3rd down.
Nice cutback inside the block of Brandon Nipchek, number 73 for the Dragons.
And you don't want to get the Dragons in a lot of 3rd and longs. TR can throw the ball, but they prefer not to.
Yeah, that's certainly not their strength. I mean, TR threw for 2 touchdowns last week, getting some confidence right in the throwing game, but passing game. But no, they are a very, very good running team. And TR can run the ball himself.
Rolls out, looks to throw. He's going to be short of the 1st down by about a length of a football from where they have him marked. The stick is at the 31-yard line, and the head linesman is set up about the 31 and a half. And they called it 1st down. Good run by TR on 3rd down.
Yeah, nice decision. He provided a little pump fake, kind of froze that cornerback for a little bit, tucked it and ran, and knew where the sticks are. Got a big 1st down for the Dragons.
Jackson Vasquez, a sophomore, checks in. Now he goes in motion. Handoff up the middle. Billy Roberson down to the 29. That'll bring up 2nd and about 8.
Yeah, Vasquez's motion went from near side to far side, and the cornerback, Kate Tosa, sat there and was able to make the tackle for a 2-yard gain.
And the junior varsity finished their season last night, so yeah, some of these guys came up under the 5-quarter rule. Vasquez in motion, he gets the pitch, trying to cut it upfield, and he's brought down after no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 29.
Good pursuit by number 90, Sam Cruiser, the defensive lineman. We talked to Coach Bell beforehand about the speed of Vasquez, right? And that time, Cruiser was in a nice position to make a play.
Dragons have trips right, single wide left. TR back, looking. And he got hit as he threw. They ruled the pass incomplete. So it'll be 4th down and 8 from the 30. And this is that no man's land we've talked a lot about, that you're too far away for a field goal attempt and too close to punt. So you might as well go for it.
See what they decide to do. 29-yard line.
They bring an extra blocker in.
Joey DeBrinket finally back. He played in that last week against North Farmington. TR
rolling, tucking it, running it. He's got a 1st down. Fumbled the ball.
Saline signaled right away, yeah.
Yeah, Saline signaled right away. They had it, and they do.
Boy, once again, TR knew where the sticks were. I couldn't see how and when it came out, but as he cut back inside and went down, must have popped out, punched out possibly. Saline Hornets take over.
The first half is underwritten by Jets Pizza. Jets Pizza with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Proud supporter of Orion Neighborhood Television since 2009. For more information, visit jetspizza.com. So Saline takes over 1st and 10. CJ Carr from the pistol looks, throws out on the right flat, and that's dropped. Attended for number 18, Garrett Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin, that was a situation where that ball was thrown right on the numbers, and Baldwin's trying to turn up field and make a play before it's in his hands and secured. And he put his hands on his head right away, knowing he made the mistake.
5 wide for Saline on 2nd down. Trips to the right, Twins left. CJ Carr by himself in the backfield. Looks, throws out on the flat, complete. And he's got enough for the 1st down. Complete to number 5, Dylan Meisman, and we saw him in pregame, and he's a big one.
He's big, and number 13, we talked about the pregame. He's a big one too, 6'3", 180. They list him at, but you watch him, and he's a pro style quarterback in terms of he drops back. He's very nice and composed. But look, as you see, the first 3 plays they've made, he gets the ball right from the shotgun. He gets that ball out right away. And so they're wanting to get to the ball to their playmakers in space, and they've done that 2 out of the 3 times.
Pass was completed to Roman Lario, and Troy Pakmara just missed his tackle. So it's 1st down for Saline. Ball's marked on their own 40. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. No score. Twins right, single wide left. Handoff and taken down after a minuscule gain is Ryan Neathammer, and he was brought down by Chris Hargett.
Coach Palka says they think the tendency is to throw the ball over the place because of CJ, but when the defenses have adjusted that, they've got to have the ability to run the ball, and they tried that there. It wasn't successful.
Pass completed out on the flat, and he was swarmed under by a whole bunch of green shirts led by Corbin Smith. It'll be 3rd down, and they're calling it 10. It's going to be like 10 and a half.
It's 3rd down and 10.
3rd and long. Hornets have trips to the left. Single back in the backfield. CJ Carr looks, throws over the middle, complete to number 11, Cade Fox. And he's got enough for the 1st down. And there was nothing pretty about that. Just come back and throw it and hope your receiver's open.
And
hurry up.
He was.
Hurry up for the Hornets. Trips to the left. Complete. Out on the left flat, he's got open field. It's number 11, Cade Fox. He takes it down inside the 25 to the 24.
Yeah, that's, as you've seen, that's what they like to do. Short passes, screens, bubbles. Get the ball out quick. Again, we talked about it at the beginning. Their offensive line is young, and so that's exactly what they want to do. Carr's got a nice arm. Get the ball out quick, and that's what they do.
Handoff up the middle, maybe a yard for James Rush, the tailback. He's a 9th grader, friends, and they put a lot of faith in him. They go 5 wide, trips right, Twins left. Pass over the middle, complete. Smith has him and wraps him up. It'll be 2nd down, or 3rd down.
If you can't get to Carr because he's getting the ball out quick, on your way to the passer, you've got to get your hands up and try to block the passing lanes. Try to knock that ball down. That's got to be something they worked on this week. It's got to be something that's got to be successful here in the game today for that defensive line if they can't get to Carr.
3rd and 2, trips to the left. Handoff. Off the right side was
Niedermeyer.
Ryan Nienhammer, yeah. Joey Bruno on the stop for the Dragons. It is 1st and goal from the 10. Twins right, single wide left, down motion. Around the right side. That touchdown for Saline. Number 18, Garrett Baldwin on the carry. Nothing fancy about it, just a jet sweep right. And so, Riley Beeman in for the extra point, down, up, and good. 4:02 to go here in the first. Saline goes out to a 7-0 lead. And our scoreboard sponsor for the first half is Michigan United Credit Union. Michigan United Credit Union, the full-service financial institution, serves everyone who resides, works, worships, or attends school in Michigan. Give them a call at 248-814-4000 or stop by at 350 North Park Boulevard in Lake Orion. So that's one of the things I saw watching film with them is Saline will lull you to sleep doing those little passes on the flat. And the first time you close up on those receivers, boom, they'll hit something down the field.
Yeah, and they don't do it a lot, but they also tease you and throwing the ball short. They again, like I said earlier, they're trying to establish a running game, but then they've got the ability to go up top too. So that secondary's got to do a good job of staying on top of those wide receivers coming off the line of scrimmage.
Beeman puts a foot into it and drives Pakmara into the end zone where they will come out 1st and 10 from the 20.
Carr 5 of 6 that drive, or 5 of 6 that drive for 53 yards. First ball he threw was incomplete, dropped. So really should be 6 for 6. And he started that way last week against Dexter. Started that way last week against Dexter. He was 26 of 34 last week, and he started the first drive 5 of 6 last week as well.
Twins right. Toss back. Dropped on the exchange. A toss back, and Saline's got it. Wow. I don't know if that was Raymond Payne. Who was it came back on the sweep? But TR threw the ball back, and he never really had control over it.
2 drives resulting in 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
Not a winning formula.
So Saline is going to take over 1st and 10 from the Dragons' 18-yard line. They've got the wind at their back. They got trips right, Twins left. Carr's by himself in the backfield. He's going to take it himself and gets maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by Elk Fisher doing a close
Fisher, yeah.
on Carr there. And that's the thing. Carr's tall and can throw the ball, but he's mobile. He's elusive too. And Fisher did a nice job of following ball flow.
Throw out on the right flat. Breaks a tackle, gets in. Touchdowns for Saline.
We do have a flag on the play. It's going to be a block on the perimeter. A hold.
Garrett Baldwin scored, but there was a block in the back, and that'll come back. The ball will be spotted on the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and about 12. They're calling it 13. So they come out twins left, single wide right. Carr looks, throws. Broken tackles caught by Roman Lorio. He got it down to the 25. It'll be third down, and they're calling it 8.
Third down and 8.
So third down for Saline. James Rush is the running back alongside C.J. Carr. Drops, looks, throws, caught at the 1, and it'll be first and goal for Saline. You're right, Chris. He gets rid of the ball in a hurry.
Very quick. Nice composure, nice poise. You know, when you've got time, to throw, and you've got a tall view of what's going on out there because he's 6'3". You know what? Those are all good things.
Flags all over the place. C.J. Carr took it in.
Yeah, they didn't get set.
I don't think they were set right. Illegal shift they're calling on the offense. That'll back them up 5. It'll bring it out to the 6, and they'll repeat first down.
I've always been puzzled by that. You rush to try to draw the defense and put a sense of confusion in their mind, but yet you yourself aren't set.
You at least got to count to 1.
Right.
So first and goal from the 6, twins right, single wide left. Carr on the quarterback draw takes it in.
Touchdown, Saline, C.J. Carr into the end zone.
Just a simple quarterback draw. And the Hornets go up by 13.
Yeah, I don't have official stats on them at all, but he's had at least 6 rushing touchdowns this year that I was able to tally. So they do like him in and around the goal line, no question about it, and you saw that there.
So Riley Beeman is on for the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:10 to go in the first. Saline is up by 14. Thanks to Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Broadcasting, you can watch Lake Orion High School sports live online all year. We've got a full schedule of varsity football, volleyball, and more this fall, plus concerts and ceremonies. It costs less than $11 per month to watch sporting events, and half of that money goes back to the Lake Orion High School program. Be sure to designate Lake Orion High School when you set up your account. Get started at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. Orion Neighborhood Television thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bring Dragon sports to the world.
Possessions. You got to have as many possessions as possible, but they can't result in turnovers, and that's the difference in the game. The 2 turnovers, and Saline's taking advantage. They weren't able to take advantage of the turnovers they got the last 2 weeks. So far tonight, they've been able to do so.
And over and kick, Dorian Hall Dorian Hill takes it on the 1, brings it out to the 26, where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. And it's very simple. They got to get a touchdown.
Well, this will truly test the mettle, the will, if you will, of the Dragons. I mean, they've probably heard about the Saline team and certainly about CJ Carr all year long. Yeah, they don't play each other on a consistent basis, but they've been listed for all year long in the top 25 in the state, and they're a good football team. But
Billy Roberson breaks it outside. He's got a 1st down, and he's up near the 45-yard line. Nice run on 1st down.
Yeah, and when you've got playmakers like that, like Roberson, obviously you got to get him the ball. You got to find ways to hold on to the ball, and you got to move the chains. And then Billy did that well that very first play of this drive.
Ball spotted on the 44. Motion this side. Billy again up the middle for a couple. They're going to give him 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6.
On the year, Roberson over 1,000 yards, 54 yards, 8.3 yards a carry, 12 touchdowns on the year, 131 yards per game on the ground for Roberson. Really nice season.
So 2nd down and 6. TR takes it up the middle, gets it over midfield into Saline territory to the 49-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down. Yeah, what did I see? Billy has 1,054 yards rushing and 54 yards receiving. He's over 1,100 yards for the season. And he gets it on 3rd down, just goes straight forward and gets a 1st down at the 44.
Yeah, he's been a fun one to watch this year. He runs the
certainly
ball hard,
has.
and he's really grown over the course of the year.
This offense has been fun to watch. The Hill brothers, the hill-to-hill connection has been something. Raymond Payne, you just see his confidence grow every week. So 1st and 10, TR gonna carry it. Gets over the 40 to the 39, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sullivan Mills is one of their better linebackers. Senior linebacker did a nice job of taking the proper angle off the edge and tripping up TR Hill.
And that is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. We've played one. The Saline Hornets lead the Lake Orion Dragons 14-0. Orion Neighborhood Television and the Lake Orion High School Dragon Broadcast Program have partnered to produce live streams of dozens and dozens of Dragon sporting events throughout the year, including tonight's game. You can watch games live or on demand, plus they are on our channel. Look for us on Comcast Channel 22 if you live in the Lake Orion area, and Channel 99 on AT&T UVerse. You can also find ONTV on Roku. Live stream subscribers have access to countless other games from around the OEA, the state, and the country. Half of the revenue from online streaming subscriptions goes back to the Lake Orion High School broadcast program. Learn more about our upcoming live schedule at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. A pretty entertaining first half. A lot of ball movement from both teams. On 2nd down, TR up the middle. He's got a 1st down at the 30. He sold the sweep to Billy Roberson and took it right up the middle.
Yeah, he's done a nice job this year coming into his own, carrying the football, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's on the perimeter, rolling out, and making a decision to run as opposed to throw, or run the ball like that on those read option plays. And guess what? He's only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore. Yeah, we've got TR back. We've got Billy back next year. There is a very solid nucleus of players for this Dragons squad for 2023. Up the middle for a couple, it'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted on the 28-yard line, just into the second quarter.
I know Coach Bell talked about how thrilled he was to have Joey DeBrincat back.
Yeah.
Number 84, so let's see if the Dragons can incorporate him into the offense tonight as well.
Backs in an eye. Billy on the carry. Falls forward for a couple. It's going to be 3rd down. The ball will be spotted just shy of the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7. Dragons going hurry up. Trips left. Single wide right. TR went to fake the toss and got swallowed up. Number 79, Michael Reeder, got in the backfield, and TR never had a chance. So it is 4th down and 13. Vasquez checks in for the Dragons. Raymond Payne in motion. TR going deep, got a receiver. Touchdown Lake Orion Dragons.
There's your hill-to-hill connection.
Dorian Hill.
Nice time up front. Nice ball fake in the backfield. Nice throw by TR to Dorian.
There's the shot you needed.
Absolutely. Get right back in this game.
Will Hoffman on for the extra point. Connor McCartan will hold. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 9:33 to go in the first half. Dragons cut the lead to 14-7.
I tell you what, the ball was thrown. Dorian Hill did a nice job adjusting to the ball because it wasn't thrown in stride. Dorian had to come back for the ball towards the goal line to make a diving catch for it. TR did throw it away from the Saline defender, but still Dorian had to make a comeback to the ball and did a really nice job extending himself and getting 6 for the Dragons.
And that touchdown was huge.
9 plays, 78 yards, hill to hill for 33 yards out.
So Will Hoffman will tee it up and kick off. I keep telling myself, Chris, we got to bring binoculars up here. I'm trying to see who's set up deep, and it's that time of year.
That's TR's 6th touchdown pass of the year.
Will Hoffman approaches, puts a foot into it, line drive kick in and out of the end zone. So Saline will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. Hey, Larry Buss and the crew at Jets Pizza, located at 1091 South Lapeer Road, have been a proud supporter of Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Athletics since 2009. Jets supplies catering for cast and crew. Thank you, Larry, for your continued support. Give them a call and order dinner at 248-814-7559. double wide, double slot for Saline. And an off tackle goes for about 5. It'll be second down. Rush on the carry. Joey Bruno in on the stop for the Dragons. Double wide, double wing look. CJ Carr looks. It's going deep. And the ball is incomplete. And that's one of the things, as we said, I saw on film, is they'll lull you to sleep. And we talked about earlier with those passes out on the flat. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, they're going to throw it downfield. He just underthrew his receiver.
No, he kind of pump faked to the swing route to the outside and then kind of kept rolling and tried to, there's a double move on the far side and just a poorly thrown ball that time.
Complete and dropped immediately.
It's awfully close to the first down.
They're going to, from the way the head linesman is set up, they're going to give it to him. And the officials in the stands don't agree with that call, at least on the Lake Orion side. So a double wide, double wing look. CJ Carr back, throwing deep, incomplete. And
that's excellent coverage by Trey Pakmara.
Yeah,
excellent. I mean, he was right on the back hip of Roman Lorio, and when Lorio got his hands on it, Pakmara came through the arms of Lorio to knock it out. Well done, great coverage. Just like Coach Blackstock calls it and designs it, right?
Just like he drew it up.
Yep.
So it's second down and 10. They got Twins left and a tight formation on the line. And taken down is
Needhammer.
Yeah, Needhammer.
Carson Negri. Nice play. Read that one all the way.
Got penetration and dropped him for a 5-yard loss. It's third down and 15.
We're only 8 minutes left to go in his second quarter, but this is a big third down play.
It is. Trips to the right. Carr back to throw. Hit as he throws. And the ball is complete to number 18, Garrett Baldwin. He was hit as he threw the ball and got it into Baldwin.
He was hit as he threw the ball, and as a result, I think the ball was thrown short, and Baldwin did a nice job of recognizing that. Coming back to the ball, the Dragon defender kept running, and he came wide open.
So it's first and 10 from the Saline 48-yard line, 7:40 to go in the first half.
Big third down conversion for the Hornets.
Trips left, Twins right. Carr looks, throws, caught, and taken down immediately was Cade Fox. And he put it up where only Fox could get it. He went up and got it and was brought down immediately. So first and 10, the ball is going to be spotted on the 33. Stacked formations on both sides. Fox on the carry and Carson Negri on the tackle. Gain of a few, couple 3. They're going to call it 2nd and 7. Now they're calling it 6. Carr throws, complete. Out on the right side, flags down. He's in for the touchdown, but this one's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back again on the perimeter. Lorio, they're going to call number 8 Roman Lorio with the hold or the block in the back.
So that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot. Moves the ball out to the 30. It is 2nd down now and 7.
I used to, when I was coaching wide receivers, I used to call them not wide receivers, I used to call them perimeter blockers.
Yeah.
Because that to me was more important than catching the football.
Exactly.
All right, springing your other wide receivers or running backs for touchdown blocks, I called them. Perimeter blockers, they got to do a great job of keeping their hands inside, not getting their hands outside, and that's what's happened a couple times with Lorio now.
Looks, throws complete to Fox.
Tell you what,
Smith on the tackle for
that
the
was an
Dragons.
impressive throw because the Hornets were on this side of the field, and he threw a long out cut to the far side of the field, and that ball was on the money. That's an impressive throw by Carr.
I watched him in pregame, and I don't think the ball ever wobbled when it came out of his hands. So it's 1st and 10 from the 13. Twins both sides. Handoff. And they're going to call him down at the 1. That was Garrett Baldwin on the carry. Pat Rowland on the tackle.
Dragons substituting their heavy package in near the goal line.
And Saline has their heavy package in. And CJ Carr, and he didn't get in. They're going to mark him down short of the goal line.
No,
Not by much.
They just signaled touchdown.
Did they?
Yep.
Okay. So CJ Carr from 1 yard out. And they're about to go back up by 14. Roman Lorio is the holder. Ball's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:02 to go here in the second quarter. It's now 21-7. Saline.
Make sure to tune into replays of your favorite games right here on ONTV. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at orionontv.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also make sure to visit our YouTube link for games on demand, orionontv.org.
You know, this game's moved right along. You'd almost think somebody's got a plane to catch tomorrow.
Who might you be referring to? You going somewhere?
No, not me. I've been raking up.
They're not doing that for me. They're just doing that because it's for the most part been a fairly clean game. Lake Orion's been doing a nice job running the ball. Saline's been doing a nice job throwing the ball, not throwing too many incompletions. There's been a couple penalties here and there, but the clock's moving, right? And so the game is going fast.
So Pakmara and Dorian Hill are back deep. High end over end kick, short, taken on the 8 by Dorian Hill. He's got a head of steam, and he's up over the 25 to the 27, where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10, 5:56 to go.
Just tallying up the stats for each drive for CJ Carr. 5 of 6 first drive, 5 of 6 for 53 yards. Second drive, 1 of 1 for 14 yards, and third drive, 5 of 7 for 67 yards. So, I mean...
And he's been doing this all season long.
There's no question. He's putting up good numbers, and rightly so. I mean, he's a good quarterback.
Twins to the left, single wide right. TR under center. Hand off to Roberson. He stopped right where he started. Maybe a yard loss. It's second down. Coach Bell signaling the play in. Dragon State trips left. From the gun. And we got a stoppage of play. It may be encroachment on Saline. One of their defensive linemen jumped. And they're calling it false start on the Dragons. So that'll back them up 5. It'll be 2nd and 15. Ball spotted now on the 23.
Talked early on in keys of the game about ball control offense, and when you're down 14, we're still in the first half, mind you. Let this play develop here.
TR on a quick pass caught by Joey DeBrinket. And it's going to be 3rd and 11.
But you're down 14. There's still a lot of football left. We're only 4:39 to go here in the second quarter. But, you're down 14. You're going to want to start having those big plays to happen, right? Like we've seen quite a bit out of the Lake Orion running game. So ball control to some extent, but we got to start breaking some big plays and getting some big chunk plays downfield.
Trips right. Here comes the house. TR gets out of it. Throws. Almost intercepted. Through the hands of Dorian Hill. And he didn't have to throw that. He had a lot of turf in front of him.
It sure looked like, but Dorian Hill is wide open. That ball was thrown high, and it bounced off the pads of Sam Miller there, number 4, the senior defensive back for the Hornets. But boy, oh boy, you've got to be able to, when you see a guy like Hill wide open, you've got to be able to complete that ball.
Number 2, Cade Tusa, is back deep to receive the punt. Pat Rowland on the punt, and the ball takes a good Lake Orion hop and will be downed at the 20-yard line. I did not see Caleb Jones go out to punt. Pat Rowland did. Hey, go mobile with Orion Neighborhood Television anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with Orion Neighborhood Television to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch ONTV programs in high definition on demand. Orion Neighborhood Television, working to bring Lake Orion to the world. 1st and 10 from the 22. Stacked both sides. And we have see what the penalty is. False start on Saline. Nick Sotheby on the false start, so that'll back them up 5, make it 1st and 15.
.406 to go here in the second quarter. This is a big drive for both teams. A big drive for Lake Orion in particular, because you don't want Saline to drive downfield and score before the half, because they get the ball back to start the second half.
That goes nowhere. It was completed out on the left flat, or right flat, to Garrett Baldwin.
Austin Kahn did a nice job just getting through that defender and going to make a play, finding the ball carrier.
So when they come out in that stacked lineup, that's one receiver in back of the other, that first receiver is going to be a blocker. Austin did a good job getting away from it, complete for a first down up near the 40-yard line. Baldwin on the reception. Pakmara and Joey Bruno on the stop.
Yeah, Baldwin just did a nice job of sitting down in a hole into a void, and Carr was able to roll out to his left and buy enough time to be able to see Baldwin sit down, threw a nice ball, and Baldwin did the rest.
So 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Come out twins right. Receiver set up on a wing left, and we have another flag. And it'll be another false start against Saline.
You're up 21-7, right? But, you know, those little mistakes, those just eat you. If you're Coach Polka, right? They just eat at you. It's like.
And that's Nick Sotheby again. That's his second one.
As you start to crescendo towards the playoffs, you know, Saline will be in the playoffs. You start to crescendo, you want to clean up that stuff.
Yes.
That's first week stuff, at least it should be. First week, second week stuff, early season stuff. That's
CJ
another nice
Carr,
open
nice
field
stop.
tackle. Austin Kahn again. That's the way to play that position.
Completed to Roman Lorio.
Sorry to talk over there,
No,
Doug.
that's
I just saw
right.
a heck of a play by Kahn.
That's all right. He's played well tonight. Matter of fact, he's played well all season. So it's 2nd and 16. We're inside 3 minutes to play in the half. Saline will receive the second half kickoff. Carr looks, throws, complete. Oh, what a hit. Austin Kahn again. Oh, that was Corbin Smith. Got to give credit where credit's due because he stoned him.
Yeah, and I don't know how Baldwin held onto that ball, but he sure did.
So 3rd down and 7.
Make Baldwin think about next time he's going over the middle, who might be waiting for him.
Double wide, double wing. Flag again. And the pass is incomplete.
If it's against Saline, which I think it is, Coach Bell's going to want to decline that because they threw it incomplete.
Yeah. Decline 4th down. And it's going to be 4th and 7, and Saline's going to punt it away.
Nice stand by Lake Orion.
Absolutely. Dom Novak drops deep. High kick, taken by Novak. Gets up to the 30 and a couple more before he's taken out of bounds. So the Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line with 1:38 to go. Both teams have their full complements of timeouts.
On the clock.
Sure would be nice for Lake Orion to move the ball and get some points out of this drive.
Well, the Dragon defense did their job. They stopped Saline from scoring.
It's time for the offense to reciprocate.
Yeah, absolutely. Dom Novak and Dorian Hill are split to the left. Counter, Raymond Payne. He's up near the first down, Let's see where they mark him out. They're going to mark him out at the 38-yard line, 39. So that'll be 2nd and 3.
Nice little counter action, allowed Payne to run the ball 7 yards. Also, most importantly, I think in this case, get out of bounds.
Yeah, stop the clock. Trips to the left. Now motion this side, toss back. First down Dragons at midfield.
That too helps. 15 yards, a first down. That stops the clock as well.
That was Vasquez, and he got the first down.
That's what they like out of him, that speed, sophomore.
Yeah.
Did a nice job of tearing it up down at the JV level.
Trips right, single wide left. Closing in on 115. Roberson up the middle. Gets about 4. And the Dragons are going to call timeout. They're going to give him a gain of 5. Let's see.
Good timeout by Coach Bell. He had 3. Use 1 now. Get the kids some water, get the kids some air, get some breath. Reset for 2nd down. Beautiful night here at Dragon Stadium. Boy, oh boy, I didn't expect to walk in on week 9 having it in the 60s tonight, but it's really been a beautiful night, and I'm overdressed. I will say that, Doug.
Yeah, we had snow yesterday. It snowed for 2 hours yesterday, and it's a beautiful night tonight.
Go figure.
So 2nd down and, well, looks like 2nd and 6. Toss back Raymond Payne. He's going to throw. Got a receiver. And the coaches in the stands want a pass interference call, but they're not going to get it.
They're not going to get it because the ball was thrown deep, but wasn't really thrown close. So
it was an uncatchable ball. It's 3rd down and 6.
Just to let the audience know, we are sitting on the Dragon side,
Yeah,
so that's why if we were sitting on the other side, they might have thought the coaches in the stands might have said something else.
Yeah. So Twins to the right, single wide left on 3rd down.
He tripped.
Billy Roberson trips as he goes over, and he gets maybe a yard gain. It's going to be 4th and 5. And Lake Orion's going to take their 2nd timeout with 1:01 left to go.
This is one of those situations that I had this conversation at work today, actually, about the decision making on 4th down in the NFL, and no, it's seriously, because there's a lot of analytics behind it,
Yes.
but you know, what are you on 4th down? What are you coming into the game tonight? Lake Orion's 40% on 4th down, 8 of 20, and so take your chances. Do you take your chances and go for it to get the first down? If you don't get it, you're giving Saline a short field, or do you punt the ball and play the field position game? And so there's a lot of different ways to look at it. And you know, the trend, at least at the NFL level, is it's going forward on 4th down. But as time has gone on, more and more teams are struggling to make those 4th down plays. And so it'll be interesting to see what Coach Bell decides right here.
If you go for it in 4th down, make it, you're a genius. So TR going to be under center on 4th down.
Coach Bell's changing the play on the sideline and forcing Saline to take a timeout.
Yeah.
Maybe wanted to get Saline to possibly jump with the motion.
So the war of wits continues.
The game within the game, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, you talk about going on 4th down. people love it when you go for it on 4th down. The crowd excitement gets into it when you're going for it on 4th down. And there's only 2 ways it's going to end up, good or bad.
Right. Well, it's interesting to say, and I know we're not calling an NFL game here, but as a result of all these, the coaches going for it league-wide, scoring is down in the NFL because they're not putting points on the board when they've got an opportunity to kick field goals. And so it's really interesting storyline, at least in the NFL level.
And I see why Darren Jones hasn't been out. He's on crutches on the sideline. So 4th down, TR back, getting pressure, rolling out, flag down, and TR's got a 1st down, but it's coming back on a hold. Thrown by the referee, and it happened right in front of him.
Yeah. Tate Bezo was the one who was held. I couldn't see what Dragon player held him, but as Bezo's attacking TR Hill, he had his shoulders turned and was being held. He couldn't get off the block.
And he picked up the 1st down. So if they decline it, Lake Orion's got a 1st down. So they're going to back him up 5 more.
Spot foul.
Yep. And so the Dragons will punt it away. Pat Rowland will come out to kick it away. It is going to be 4th and 22.
4th down and 21.
Rowland drops a ball, and a flag goes down again.
That's interesting. It's probably a hold because Rowland didn't go down. It's going to be a hold, I think, on Lake Orion. So it wasn't roughing the punter.
No, I think they're going to decline.
Rowland never was touched.
Holding.
So Saline will take over at the spot the ball went out of bounds, which is the Lake Orion 40 with 49.3 seconds left.
And they've got 2 timeouts left.
Saline has 2 and the Dragons have 1.
That's not what you wanted before the half.
No. Twins left, single wide right. Receiver set up on a wing right. CJ Carr back.
Double move, he's wide open.
Look, oh my goodness. Complete and touchdown. Completed to Cade Fox. And you're right, he put a double move on and there was nobody within 10 yards of him. 40 yards in one play. .3 seconds to go. Ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. It is now 28-7, Saline.
That is a backbreaker before the half.
Pat Rowland had a lot of pressure, and he never really did get a good leg into that kick. Just kind of squirted off his foot. So the Dragons will look to make something happen before halftime.
At this point in time, you're probably a situation where let's get into the locker room at half, kind of regroup and see what we can do from there.
And everything's really geared towards Selection Sunday. Sunday afternoon is when the pairings for the playoffs will be announced. Line drive with a squib kick and taken at the 35 and up to the 36 goes Nick Eaton.
A lot of good games going on around the state today. Couple big games tomorrow.
It is rivalry weekend this weekend.
The thing I like about Lake Orion's schedule is that, because of this new playoff system, I talked about the parity in this league. I mean, and really statewide, there's been parity, I think. You've got teams that are beating up on each other, but, you open up against a Utica and Eisenhower, you finish the season against the Saline, and then you got the gauntlet of OAA red teams in the middle. This is quality football. It's fun to be a part of.
TR back to pass. Looking, throwing, complete to Vasquez at the 40. It'll be a gain of 3, and Lake Orion's going to take their final timeout.
Utica Eisenhower 7, West Bloomfield 0 at half.
Really?
Chip Valley 20 over Oxford 0 at half. What else do we have here?
Oh, you've got, so many crosstown rival games. Waterford Kettering, Waterford Mott tonight. Seaholm and Groves tonight.
Yeah. On the west side of state, an 8-0 game. Rockford 7, Caledonia 0 in the second quarter. Big Division I game.
Yeah. So the Dragons have a 2nd and 7 with 28.7 seconds to go.
Clarkston 44-8 over Oak Park after 3.
TR back looking, throws back the other way. Dom Novak has it, and he's brought down after a yard or 2 gain, but he gets out of bounds and stops the clock with 20.7 seconds to go. Giving him, it'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 41-yard line. 3rd down and 6.
How about these two classic programs? Brother Rice 7, Cass Tech 6, second quarter.
Oh boy.
I mean, just good football teams.
Yeah.
Good football in week 9.
Trips to the right. TR back. Steps up. Trying to throw. Now he's going to run it. He's got a 1st down and brought down in Saline territory at the 49-yard line. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. It's 1st down. And TR spikes it. 10.4 seconds to go.
I would tell you what, we've talked about this before, but TR Hill has really grown this year.
Oh, boy.
I mean, he's really, again, we've said it, only a sophomore too, but it's the maturation, the understanding of the game, the ability to read defenses, the decision-making. Boy, oh boy, it's Lake Orion's fortunate they've got him 2 more years.
2 more years, yeah. TR drops back, looks, throws, got Novak, caught down at the 20.
That is a pretty ball. You see it right there.
5.3 seconds to go. And another spike with 4.6.
Really nice ball, and Novak did a nice job of turning his body, adjusting his body, securing that, going down right away to stop that clock.
Got the ball into the official and got back ready. And Will Hoffman is out for a 37-yard field goal attempt. It's 4.6 seconds showing on the clock. Ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is blocked.
They can pick it up and score.
And he's down at the 38-yard line, and the half's over.
Flag was thrown.
There's another one. Let's see what referee Wally Rose is going to call. We had a flag down, and it looked like there was a little extracurricular activity going on the Lake Orion sideline, and another flag came in. And the officials kept control. They got Saline over to their sideline. Let's see what we got. So offsetting penalties, and the half is over. We've played a half. The Saline, the Saline Hornets lead the Lake Orion Dragons 28-7. You're watching exclusive coverage of Lake Orion Dragon football here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Halftime is underwritten by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, located at 3800 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Malash's Palace has been servicing Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1950s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Just before the start of the third quarter, the Lake Orion Dragons trail the Saline Hornets by a score of 28-7. Chris, you and I were just talking here about C.J. Carr. He's come as advertised. He's the real deal.
He is the real deal. I've got unofficial stats here, but I've got him listed at 15 of 18 for 209 yards. 2 touchdown passes and also 2 touchdown runs. So he's accounted for all 28 points of the Saline Hornets. So you're right. He, he's 6'3". They list him at 180. I think he looks like a little thicker than that, but he's poised. The composure, the arm strength, I mentioned earlier in the first half, the one ball on the near sideline, he's throwing an out cut to the far sideline. That ball was right on target. And I think you said, I don't know if it was on camera or off, but you said, I don't ever think I've seen him throw a wobbly ball.
Oh, it's been bullets.
And so it's impressive to see it. And they do a nice job of complementing what he does because it's quick stuff. It's getting the ball out on the perimeter to their playmakers, and hopefully those playmakers do something in open space. And for the most part, the Hornets playmakers have done just that. And C.J. Carr is certainly a playmaker. And
all that being said, the Dragons have moved the ball, but they have not been able, for whatever reason, they have not been able to sustain a drive.
Well, the first 2 drives, why didn't they sustain them? Well, they turned the ball over. They fumbled the ball. And, I look at my again, unofficial stat sheet, my chart sheet, my drive charts here, and I like to look at possessions. And Saline had 5 possessions in the first half. 4 of them were positive, resulting in points. 1 punt. Lake Orion had 6 possessions, one positive, 5 negatives. 2 turnovers, the first 2 turnovers, then the touchdown, hill to hill. Then they punt, and the last play before the half field goal was blocked. And so, you can't win football games without completing drives, scoring, putting points on the board, and that's what you're seeing right here in the possession game. You're seeing it on the scoreboard.
And Coach Bell had the entire team out about the 15-yard line. Usually at the end of the half, there's a little, position group here or there. The whole team was out. As we said in the pregame, this is it for the Dragons tonight. I think to stay alive in the playoff race, they have to win tonight. Yeah, there's so many permutations and combinations that again, like we said at the outset, will allow them to get in if they do lose. But again, you don't want to rely on that. You don't want to. You want to control what you can control, and they're going to have to find a way to force turnovers, get the ball back, and make something happen on special teams, whatever, to get back in this football game. Yeah. So the Dragons will kick off to start the second half. And I cannot see the numbers of the returners for Saline. So referee Wally Rose blows his whistle. And Will Hoffman advances, puts a foot into it. Line drive kick into and out of the end zone. It'll come out to the 20, where Saline will take over 1st and 10. Our second quarter, or our second half, is underwritten by Smetanka Craft Shows, run by Joe Smetanka. Smetanka Craft Shows has several craft shows during the year all throughout Michigan. For more information, visit their website, SmetankaCraftShows.com. They also have a presence on Facebook. So 1st and 10, C.J. Carr looks, throws, caught and down immediately after a gain of 5 is Roman Lario.
Yeah, I just found out at halftime that Roman Lario is committed to play football at Princeton next year.
Really?
Yes.
Trips to the right, single wide left on 2nd down. CJ back looks, caught in stride by Cade Fox. And he takes it up to the 40 where it'll be 1st down.
A couple times they've hit that ball to Fox over the middle, a little slant route. And Fox does something with it in the 14 there on that play.
So 1st and 10. They come out double wide, double wing. And Carr hands off and taken down immediately by Carson Negri. He's been all over the field tonight. Oh, they're giving it to Pat Rowland.
Yeah, Rowland had a huge night last week. 3 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. Had a great game. We haven't called his name a lot tonight.
We have a Saline player down on the field. So while the medical staff comes out to attend to him, I'm running out of reads. We'll tell you again that our replays are underwritten by Jets Pizza. Jets Pizza with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Proud supporters of Orion Neighborhood Television since 2009. For more information, visit jetspizza.com. And it's kind of late in the evening, but if you haven't had dinner yet, order dinner.
I haven't eaten, Doug.
Ah.
I saw you eating at halftime. Yeah.
You know, you probably go over to the press box. They still have some left.
I'm trying to find some scores around the state. Rockford 17, Caledonia 0 at the end of 3. Again, an undefeated 8-0 game there. Let's see if I can find some OAA scores.
Player hurt was Nick Sotheby, the offensive lineman. He's not putting much weight on that right foot. So it is 2nd down and 11 when we resume play. Saline comes out with trips right, twins left. Carr by himself in the backfield. From the gun. He gets motioned this side, fakes the handoff, and he's taken down for about a 2-yard loss. Judah Kinney in there.
Chris Hargett was also in there on the stop as well with Kinney.
So it is 3rd and 12. Trips right, twins left.
Saline has had success on 3rd down this game.
Carr gets pressure, and the pass is incomplete. Broken up by Austin Kahn. He's been all over the place tonight.
He has. Ball was thrown a little behind the wide receiver, so it made a tough opportunity to catch it. He did get his hands on it, and as a wide receiver, you touch the ball, you should catch the ball, right? But it still was a tough catch. Lake Orion forces the punt.
So 4th down and 12. Ball's dropped. And the Dragons are going to get great field position at the Saline 40.
That's what you need. You want to get back in this, you take advantage of that, get a shorter field to work with. Let's turn around and take this ball and put it in the end zone. Great opportunity. Lake Orion's got to take advantage of it now. You never know where your opportunities are going to come.
No.
Offense, defense, special teams.
And you've got to strike when you get the opportunity, no question. So the Dragons come out.
Best field position of the night for the Dragons to start a drive, by far.
They're setting up 4 wide receivers to the left side. Now they set up Raymond Payne on a wing left. Roberson.
Ball's loose.
Ball's loose. Let's see who's got it. Saline is signaling they have, and they do.
Just can't beat yourself like that.
It is just, it's one of those nights. Mills was on the recovery for Saline.
Yeah, he's a linebacker. I've mentioned his name one other time, but he's a good football player. He's always in and around the ball, and obviously he was there and gets the ball back right away for Saline. One play, a fumble. That's the 3rd Lake Orion turnover of the night.
Sullivan Mills, senior linebacker. So Saline takes over 1st and 10 from the 30. 2 wideouts. Carr looks, throws, incomplete. And a flag is down. I think they're going to call pass interference on the Dragons, and the ball was high.
That slant route again.
Oh, my goodness.
Pressure got to Carr. Carr ended up on the ground after the throw.
So the ball's moved up to the 45-yard. That was a high ball, and the receiver had to go up to get it, and the receiver was underneath him. I don't know how he interfered with him.
I wonder if they called it before that, because the ball was, the flag was on the other side of the 40.
Double wide, double slot pass out on the far side is complete to Cade Fox. He's close to a 1st down, but it'll be 2nd and 1.
I'm going to say it again right there. The ball's being snapped from this near hash, and he's throwing it all the way to the top of the numbers on the far side of the field, and the ball is right on the money.
Usually when you see that, you think the defender has a chance to break on, but he throws the ball so fast and so hard. Handoff up the middle, cuts it out to the left side and gets the 1st down. Is Niehammer.
At the 42, 1st down, Saline.
The senior running back. So 1st and 10. Lorio and Fox split right. Backs in an offset eye. Handoff up the middle and brought down over the 40, short of the 1st down. Gain of 5. Niehammer on the run. Corbin Smith and Fisher on the tackle, and we've called Corbin Smith's name a lot tonight. James Patterson comes off. 3-man front. Ball's up in the air. CJ Carr did about 3 fakes. He faked right, or he faked left, faked right, looked like he was going to run it and then threw it off in the left flat, and it was too high for the receiver to control.
But think about that. Not only did he have to have the time up front to be able to do that, but all those gyrations, but he looked right, like you said. He looked like he was going to take it and run up the middle, and then as he's taking and running, has athletic enough to throw the ball to the far side of the field and complete a ball that, I mean, that ball should have been caught. Receiver just dropped it. Lorio just dropped it.
So 3rd down and 6, they're calling it. Trips right, single wide left. Carr back. Looks, throws. Caught. Down the left sideline and out of bounds at the 5. Now they're calling him down on the 10. Cade Fox on the reception. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Saline.
Well, they've had a lot of success at finding that receiver over the middle, especially throwing the ball to Cade Fox.
So trips right, single wide left. Carr looks, throws. Did he catch it? He did. Touchdown, Saline.
I'm going to tell you what. That ball was thrown back shoulder in the perfect spot where only one person could catch it. And Dylan Messman made the catch there near that far pylon for the touchdown.
Dylan Messman is a junior, and he's already rated as a 4-star recruit. And we saw him in pregame, and he's a big guy. So the extra point is up and good. 8:01 to go in the 3rd. It's now 34-7. 35-7. Thank you. Hey, did you know that Orion Neighborhood Television has its very own internet radio station? You can create your own podcast or radio show or sign up to become a DJ. For more information on the radio station, give us a call at 248-393-1060. And we'll also remind you that DVD copies can be purchased by calling Orion Neighborhood Television at 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. DVD copies at 248-393-1060. So Riley Beeman will kick off. Dorian Hill and Pakmara. And that was a short pooch kick. And the Dragons recover it. Alex Fisher on the recovery. Dragons will take over in pretty good field position at their 40 with 7:59 to go. We're having an officials conference at the 40-yard line. Six of the 7 officials were in on it. So it's 1st and 10. Twins right, single wide left. Roberson up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets over the 40 down to over the 50 down to the 47. It'll be a 1st down.
That's what we need to see more of.
Yeah.
Roberson finding the gap, finding the hole, running hard like he has all year. Just got to do it a lot quicker now.
1st and 10. And that's going nowhere. There were 2 Hornets in the backfield by the time Nick Eaton got the ball. One of them was Jackson Conley, a senior linebacker.
We've talked about the struggles that Lake Orion's had in the passing game this year, right? And not being able to have a consistent threat downfield. And when you're down like this, to be able to put the ball in the air and move the ball down in chunks, it makes it difficult. You rely on what got you to this point, but a lot of times that's not good enough.
It's 3rd down and 11.
Vasquez on the run.
And a little counter crisscross there.
Yeah, it didn't fool the Saline defensive front at all. So it is 3rd down and 11. TR back to throw, got pressure, slips out of it, cuts it out. He's got a 1st down and more.
How did he?
Inside the 30 to the 25. How did he get out of
All
there?
I could say is the magician. I mean, how did he avoid whoever was the Hornets? I mean, I got stung by 3 Hornets this summer. He got stung by about 4, but he got away from him and didn't get hurt.
He should have been dropped at the 45-yard line, and he got out of it.
What a play by T.R. Hill.
So 1st and 10 from the Saline 24. I formation in the backfield. TR coming around the right side. Picks up about 7 or 8. It'll be 2nd down. As we close in on 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 2 from the 17. Dom Novak split wide left. Raymond Payne comes in a slot left. Billy Roberson up the middle. He's got a 1st down at the 10. Kept the feet churning, broke a couple tackles, and got the 1st down. It is now 1st and goal from the 10. TR running right, and he's going to go down after a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, there's Sullivan Mills once again, number 80, the linebacker, just doing a nice job of reading that play the whole way. This time Mills says, you're not running that quarterback sweep again.
Vasquez checks in, the sophomore. Twins left, trips left, single wide right. Payne in motion. Billy Roberson in for the touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons. Just a little delay, and the offensive line opened up enough of a seam that Billy was able to get it in for the touchdown.
Opened up enough of a seam, and yeah, you know how hard Billy Roberson runs, and you saw that right there. He was determined to cross that goal line and just did.
Will Hoffman in for the extra point. The point is good. 4:46 to go in the 3rd. It's now 35-14. Well, I've read everything, so we'll start all over again. Thanks to Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Broadcasting, you can watch Lake Orion High School sports live online all year. We've got a full schedule of varsity football, volleyball, and more this fall, plus concerts and ceremonies. It costs less than $11 per month to watch sporting events, and half of that money goes back to the Lake Orion High School program. Be sure to designate Lake Orion High School when you set up your account. Get started at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. ONTV thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bring Dragon sports to the world. We have a student crews working tonight. They're doing an excellent job, as always.
8-yard drive, 8-play, 59-yard drive, 13-yard touchdown run by Billy Roberson.
Will Hoffman puts it through the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Hornets will take over 1st and 10, 4:46 to go in the third. Yeah, you look for something, a crack in C.J. Carr's armor, and you just don't see it. And he's only a junior.
Well, and that's the Lake Orion defense has to force a crack in that armor, and that's what they've got to try to do. They got to try to get pressure. They got to try to strip a ball on the perimeter when they're completing those balls. Something's got to happen. They had the chance. They on the special teams, but they turned it right back over the very next play, and so haven't had that success defensively. They're going to have to find a way.
C.J. Carr up the middle. He's got a first down and goes down at the 33-yard line. 34 they're going to mark him down at. So it's a 1st and 10 for Saline.
Clarkston won tonight 50-14 over Oak Park.
Oh my goodness. Single back behind Carr. He gets the carry, dropped. Number 34, James Rush, the sophomore running back, gets one. 2nd and 9, and we're inside 4 minutes.
Seen so far, the Lake Orion defense is doing a pretty good job stopping the run, you know. And know that's not the Hornets' strength. There's no question about that, but they've done a nice job. It's just the passing game that they struggle with. And they've struggled with that.
He's gone. C.J. Carr got hit as he threw and completed it over the middle to Garrett Baldwin, and he turned on the Jets and nobody put a hand on it.
Yeah, Baldwin's a good football player too. Very good football player.
And while researching Saline, that's I said that, you know, yes, C.J. Carr can do it a lot, but he gets so much help from his receivers.
You saw that right there.
Yeah.
The ball was thrown right on stride. He split the safeties, and he was off to the races.
Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 3:32 to play. It's now 42-14, Saline Hornets. Hey, go mobile with Orion Neighborhood Television anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with Orion Neighborhood Television to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch Orion Neighborhood Television programs in high definition on demand. ONTV, working to bring Lake Orion to the world. And wherever you are in the world tonight, we have a beautiful fall night. This is one of the best times. The colors are out. A little breeze blowing from the south to the north.
Unofficial, but because I don't have our statistician here, so I'm trying to call the game with you and also keep stats here. 21 of 26 for C.J. Carr, 339 yards, 3 touchdowns in the air.
That's really good.
2 rushing touchdowns himself.
Troy Pakmara picks it up. And Saline has been content to just squib kick it along the ground. And they brought it out. They're going to mark it down at the 23-yard line where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10.
Well, Doug, we've done games for a number of years now. We've seen some great quarterbacks. We've called a couple playoff games with Detroit Martin Luther King's quarterback Dante Moore, and we've seen a number of quarterbacks even this year. But the one we're seeing here tonight for Saline he's pretty special.
He's special, no question. dive ahead for about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Just haven't been able to get the quick strike run game going tonight. Lake Orion has. You know, their one touchdown was hill to hill from 33 yards out, a pass, you know, so just haven't been able to get that consistent ground game going.
TR dodges a tackler, gets it up to the 30. It'll be 3rd down and 3. And as we said, you know, in talking with Coach Palka before the game, he kept emphasizing how young they were. You know, all our offensive line graduated. We have all these young kids. Well, it's either force C.J. Carr to throw the ball quicker or they're doing a really good job. Billy Roberson has a 1st down.
Yeah, they're certainly coming into their own, but you've got skill players like Roman Lorio, he's a senior. Garrett Baldwin, who's had a couple touchdowns tonight, he's a senior.
Yeah.
Ryan Needhammer, running back, he's a senior. So, you know, one of the things that Palka talked about in one of the articles I read on him was that you know, he hears the starting lineups at when they announce their players at home games, and he hears starting lineups of players that are sophomores and juniors, and he says to himself, boy, oh boy, we've got some kids that are going to help us sustain this program for a long time to come. I mean, C.J. Carr, he's a junior. He's got a brother, Tommy, who's a sophomore. I'm sorry, a freshman on the team who's gotten some time at the varsity. He's a quarterback too. So that whole family, Jason Carr their dad played quarterback at Michigan. So it's certainly a football family. It's also a quarterback family.
There's a holding penalty on Lake Orion. Backed him up to a 3rd and 11, and CJ's gonna go down. Just nothing open and just didn't have time to set anything up. So it'll be 4th down, and Pat Rowland is handling the punting duties tonight. It is 4th and about 15.
4th and 17.
Called it 4th and 17 from Roger Smith. And we know he's never wrong. Kick is away.
Get a roll.
And he got a good roll. They're going to mark him out on the 37-yard line, where Saline will take over 1st and 10 with 1:13 to go in the 3rd.
Some other, again, Division I football games on the west side of the state. Rockford 31, Caledonia 7. Just 8 minutes to go in that game.
And Rockford is a program very much like Saline. They just keep rolling and rolling and rolling. They don't reload, they restock. They just reach up on the shelf and say, what do we need? And they got it. Twins left, wing right. Carr looks, throws, incomplete through the hands.
I know we're late in the 3rd quarter already. I guess I'm kind of surprised Carr's still in the game.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of football left in, at least they hope, in their season. And what do I know? What do I know? Just an observation.
I agree with you. Handoff up the middle for a 1st down to Needhammer. Pat Rowland on the stop. You're right. I mean, they've got supposedly a long playoff run in front of them.
Yeah. It's just interesting. He's such a good player, and you know they're coming in, like we said at the outset, they're coming into this game with a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Bedford 7-0. They didn't score a point.
I don't understand
You know,
that.
and I watched that game, and Bedford, just like I said earlier, they run the ball, they run the ball, they run the ball. They just ate up clock, they ate up yardage, and obviously the Saline defense played well enough that Bedford scored the very first drive of the game, but they kept the Saline offense off the field. And we've seen tonight what happens when that Saline offense stays on the field. Put up 42 points lead going into the end of the third quarter.
They're to the point they're going to start milking the 40-second clock.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And that is the end of the third. We go into the fourth. The Saline Hornets 42. The Lake Orion Dragons 14. And Orion Neighborhood Television and the Lake Orion High School Dragon Broadcast Program have partnered to produce live streams of dozens and dozens of Dragon sporting events throughout the year, including tonight's game. You can watch games live or on demand, plus they are on our channel. Look for us on Comcast Channel 22 if you live in the Lake Orion area, and AT&T Channel 99 on UVerse. You can also find ONTV on Roku. Live stream subscribers have access to countless other games from around the OAA, the state, and the country. And half of the revenue from online streaming subscriptions goes back to the Lake Orion High School broadcast program. Learn more about our upcoming live schedule at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. And also along with that is all the fine programming being turned out by Orion Neighborhood Television. And we have Joe Johnson, as usual, running the sideline camera tonight. Joey Tysick is in the truck tonight, all healed up and feeling better. And he's pushing all the buttons and making it look great for us. Little pass out onto the right flat for about a yard completed to Dylan Messman. And Austin Kahn again on the tackle. It is 3rd down and 7. Trips to the right, to the left, single wide right. Carr looks, flag down, complete to number 8, Roman Laurio. We'll check the flag out.
That was called right away.
It was.
Carr hadn't even thrown the ball yet, and the flag came out.
Usually, if that's the case, it's a receiver heading upfield ahead of time. We'll see what referee Wally Rose says. Illegal formation. There was some problems between the 3 wide receivers split left, and only one of them can be on the line. So that makes it 3rd down and 12 from the 47. Trips right this time. Carr moving, got pressure. He's going down.
And they've got to throw the flag on that one. They've got
there
to throw
was nobody in sight.
Yeah, because all 4 or 5 receivers were on the far side of the field. He got spun around, threw it to the near side of the field, Lake Orion sideline.
And he was inside the tackle box. You're right. And there they come. That's going to be loss of down, too. It's 4th down, and the Hornets are going to kick it away.
Great pressure, great penetration there by the Dragon defense.
So they mark it. The ball will be marked for play on the 25. Dom Novak sets up office between the 35 and the 40. Nice kick, high kick. And kind of looked like a Chris Fritching wedge coming in there. It hit and just died.
You haven't seen me golf in, well, one, I don't think you've ever seen me golf, and two, I can't remember the last time I did golf.
So the Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from their own 39. 11:07 to go in the game. Dragons come out, trips left, single wide right. Billy Roberson's the back behind TR. He gets the carry. He's up over the 40 to the 42. It'll be 2nd down. And that was, that was probably the first time the defense was really able to get to Carr tonight.
Yeah, it was. He's been hit, but he's gotten the ball off, and he's completed balls. But you're right, that time they did a nice job of doing that.
Vasquez takes the pitch, cuts it upfield. He's over the 45 to about the 46, they're calling it. It'll be 3rd down and 4 and 3. They got to get to the 49.
Polka, in some of his other comments from other games, talks about his defense playing this bend but don't break, and that's kind of what's happened tonight as well. They just haven't allowed Lake Orion to spring that big one like we've seen oftentimes this year.
Robeson was jammed up in the middle, broke it out to the left, and got the 1st down at midfield. DeBrinket checks in for Vasquez.
Lake Orion's big plays tonight, 20 yards, the touchdown for 33, plus 15. Only 3 plays, 20 plus 21, only 4 plays over double-digit yardage. So, again, Saline's done a nice job of containing this potent Lake Orion rushing offense.
TR faked the pitch, took it up the middle, and got a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Trips right, single wide left. Roberson on the carry. Got a 1st down inside the 40 to the 38. Boy, if you like offense, you'd like this game tonight. They've been running up and down the field both ways.
You like offense when you're on one side of the ball.
Yeah.
You don't like it when it's the other team's having success.
1st and 10. Motion this side. Roberson again. Got a 1st down, I think. Let's see, they mark him at the 29. That should be a 1st down. But they're not going to call it. It'll be 2nd and 1. Nick Eaton checks in at a running back. TR on the keeper, got a 1st down. Inside the 20 to the 18. Wyden on the stop. It'll be 1st and 10. They're going to mark it on the 19. And it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's again, like I said earlier, he's doing a nice job of picking and choosing when to run and finding those. He's got a nice vision for the game to be able to find where those holes are.
Nick Eaton on the carry. He gets trapped for about a 4-yard loss. And it'll be 2nd down. And we have a Saline player down. So while the teams go to their respective sidelines.
We've got Rochester Adams 35, Sterling Heights Stevenson 21. Just in the start of the 4th quarter.
That's going to be another one of those shootouts that Coach Petrito just hates. Hey, be sure to tune in to replays of your favorite games right here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at ONTV.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also, visit our YouTube link for games on demand, www.oriontv.org. So it is 2nd and 15. Twins to the right, single wide left. TR back, going deep to the corner. Dorian Hill, touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons. Hill to hill.
Imagine that, law firm.
Brother to brother. And another pretty pass from TR.
His second of the night. He had 2 last week as well. So, you know, start to find some consistency there in the passing game. And while tonight might be a little difficult, you know, the ability to, again, whether they play next week or not, the ability to take what he's done in the passing game the last couple of weeks and build some confidence, that can go a long way.
Yes, it can.
Development of a young quarterback.
Will Hoffman puts it up and through. 7:49 it's to go. It's now Saline Hornets 42, the Lake Orion Dragons 21. So now it's on the defense. They had a great series last time, forced a Saline punt.
1, 5, 8. Again, 326-158. If you have that ticket, please bring it to the parking lot side entrance of the press box.
The Dragons will wait to see what happens on Selection Sunday when the pairings are drawn for the playoffs. As we said in the pregame, there are 32 positions open in Division I, and Lake Orion currently is in position 30. So if this game stays as it is tonight, they're going to need a lot of help. Looks like an onside coming up for the Dragons. Bounce, bounce, there's the bounce, and the ball's down. Let's see who's got it. Saline has it. He got the bounce.
He got the bounce. Yeah, Messman went up for the ball, and it bounced out of Messman's hand, and Romilario ended up falling on it. You couldn't have designed it much better.
Couldn't do it any better. That's exactly the way you got to. You draw it up, and that's the way you practice it.
What do they say in sports? That's the way the ball bounces.
The ball bounces.
And it bounced the right way. Initially, it just bounced the wrong way for Lake Orion because obviously the Hornets fell on it. That's what makes, I mean, sports just a great game. I mean, just a decision here, a decision there, the way a ball bounces there. It's just, there's so many factors that go into having success on any given night.
CJ Carr still in there. Handoff to James Rush. He gets about 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7. And we have a flag from the line judge. Coach Bell is out about midfield.
Sideline warning over here. No.
A 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lake Orion bench.
Was that what he said? I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So something was said or inferred, and the result is it's a 15-yard penalty against the Dragons. Trips to the left, single wide right, handoff up the middle is Rush.
It's an appropriate name for a running back.
Isn't that though?
Is it? You think it's a stage name?
They couldn't pick it that good. Jake McCoy on the tackle for the Dragons. Gain of 2, it'll be 2nd and 8. Saline comes out twins left, single wide right. Handoff up the middle, Rush again. Gets a couple. Pat Rowland on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down. And I think Saline has finally gotten to that point where they're willing to start eating clock.
No question about that. I mean, I wouldn't expect C.J. Carr to be throwing another ball, but I also, again, like I said earlier, surprised that he's still in the game up 21 with 6 minutes to go in the 4th.
Yeah. C.J. looks, throws. Incomplete. And Austin Kahn met the receiver just as the ball got there and knocked it away. So it's 4th down and 8 from the 28. Little shuffling of personnel. They're going to have a single wide right and trips left. From the gun. C.J. Carr stayed in the gun almost all night long. Looks, throws, got a receiver. Touchdown. Wow, what a pretty ball.
Roman Lorio.
Complete to Roman Lorio.
But just when I said I didn't think he'd be throwing the ball again, he threw the ball twice.
Yeah.
1 incompletion and 1 for a touchdown for 28 yards.
So, Riley Beeman in for the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 5:47 to play. It is now 49-21. The Saline Hornets lead the Dragons.
Carr's got 5 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown rushes.
Amazing. And we saw the same thing, or very similar, with Ethan Clark against Clarkston. He just kept going and going. He would run, and C.J. Carr is just throwing and throwing.
Unofficially, I've got him 23 for 30, 368 yards, 5 touchdowns. Again, 2 rushing touchdowns. Attributing for all 7 Saline Hornet touchdowns. I know it's not in the favor of Lake Orion, and I know that's who we broadcast for, but when you see good talent, I don't care what side of the football it's on.
Yeah.
You see good talent, it's fun to watch.
It's
fun to watch. You got to appreciate an individual. He didn't start playing tackle football until 7th grade. His parents would let him. 12 years old is when he started playing tackle football. Wow. He was only playing flag football up until that point in time. So to the parents and so forth that's out there that say, I've got to start my child at tackle at 3rd grade, that's not necessarily true. There's ways that you can perform your craft, get better at your craft, learning the game, playing the game, staying as healthy as possible. There's ways you can do it and be good at it, and you've seen it right here tonight in C.J. Carr.
Troy Pakmara brought the kickoff out to the 24, where the Dragons take over 1st and 10.
I mean, the wide receivers have run routes well tonight with great speed. The timing between them, CJ and his receivers, has been really good. He's going through his progressions well. All those things combined make him the quarterback he is.
Connor McCartan in at quarterback. He completes out to Dorian Hill, and he's out to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Dragons.
Dorian Hill's had a really nice night tonight as well.
It's good to get the senior quarterback some reps in. Connor dropping back. Throws. Intercepted. Tipped and intercepted. Down to the, where'd they have him marked down? It was intercepted by Peyton Wyden, number 21, and he brought it back. They've got it marked on the 41-yard line of Lake Orion, 5:11 to go, and Saline's in Dragon territory.
First down, Saline at the 41.
There's a ball that really wasn't a bad ball, thrown a little high and deflected and bounced right into Stein's hands on the return, but trying to put the ball in the air, trying to make something happen, and sometimes that happens.
Can't blame him for that.
McCartan, probably not getting as many reps in as during the week, and the timing was a little off, the ball thrown a little high and deflected, and Saline took advantage of that.
And now we have number 10, Tommy Carr, in at quarterback. He is a sophomore. No, Tommy
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman. He hands off to Walker, who gets about 5. It'll be 2nd down.
Yep, Tommy Carr is the heir apparent to C.J. Carr. In a couple years, he will more than likely take over there. He's got good size, too, as a freshman.
He does. Looking at him down there, he's a big one. 4 wides for Saline on 2nd down from a pistol. Drops the ball, picks it up, and he's going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he did. So it'll be 3rd down, and they're calling it 4.
The Dragons number 42, senior linebacker Aiden May.
Aiden May on the tackle. A lot of the seniors getting some playing time tonight.
Your attention, please. Maya Wilcox. Please come to the press box immediately.
So it is 3rd down and 4. Tommy Carr from a pistol. Handoff and brought down.
Miguel Vasquez.
Nope. Nate Welper.
Senior number 23, Nathan Ritz.
Oh. And Nate Ritz brought him down. 23 brought down 23. So it is 4th and 4 for Saline. And now they find themselves in that no man's land, a little too close in to punt and too far for a field goal attempt. Carr on the handoff. It's going to be Dragons ball. Oh, He kept the legs churning, got the first down to the 29-yard line.
Down near the 30.
How about that?
Yeah, that was a situation where he didn't want to go down. He didn't want to give the ball back to the Dragons, and his offensive line was aiding him as they moved that pile forward and got the first down. They can kill some more clock.
Nate Walper, sophomore running back, on the carry. So 1st and 10 for Saline. We're closing in on 2:15 to go in the game. From a gun. Handoff and brought down is number 22, Zane Issa. On the carry, got one. Second and 9. Carr runs almost over to the sideline to get the play. And he's going to take a knee with 1:13 to go. It is going to be 3rd down and about 14 as we're inside a minute.
Well, you know what, Doug? Week 9, we always say this. We get to the beginning of the season, it's like, oh, it's here, it's here, it's here. And before you know it, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. The regular season is. And it's just like, it's hard to believe that 9 weeks can go by that fast. All of our lives are busy. We got all these things going on and work and family and oh, by the way, football. And boy, oh boy, it goes by fast. But all I want to say is, boy, oh boy, it's awful fun doing this with you. And it's a lot of fun doing this on Orion Neighborhood Television. And we hope to goodness there is a week 10, if you will, or a week 1 of the new season for Lake Orion. We'll can't wait to watch Selection Sunday on Sunday night.
We'll see. And the Lake Orion Dragons drop their Week 9 match with the Saline Hornets 49-21. You're watching exclusive coverage of Lake Orion Dragon football here on Orion Neighborhood Television and the NFHS streaming service. We'll be right back.
We'll look forward to seeing you back here at Lake Orion High School for future events.
Down on the field after a 49-21 loss by the Lake Orion Dragons. And Chris, you and I were just talking. It seems like the last 2 games we've done here on ONTV, we have had featured players, if you want to use it. We had Ethan Clark against Clarkston, and tonight it was the CJ Carr show. And sometimes you step outside being a Lake Orion fan and you just appreciate the greatness of a good athlete.
Yeah, and we saw that tonight. And again, we kept talking about he's only a junior. And the composure and the poise and the elusiveness and the ability to throw on a dime and the ability to throw 5 touchdowns and rush for 2 and account for all 49 of your team's points. I mean, That's impressive. I don't care who you are. I don't care what level you're at. That's an impressive night. And don't get me wrong. They've got skill players that can make plays, and they turned short plays, short passes into big plays. And you know, Lorio and why am I drawing a blank? Baldwin, and those guys are making plays, and it just they're young up front, but they protected well enough tonight for Carr to do what he did tonight. Again, unofficially, I've got him listed at 23 of 30 for 368. Again, 5 touchdown passes, 2 rushing. Just an impressive night.
And from the Dragons standpoint, you look at the number of underclassmen they played this year. Your starting quarterback was a sophomore.
Yep.
You played a lot of underclassmen. It bodes very well for this team for 2023 and beyond.
Yeah, they've got some skilled players that can take this program to another step, another rung up the ladder, and so forth. And that's part of the development. The younger levels have had success this year, which is obviously encouraging. The numbers are good, which is encouraging. And so now it's just a matter of, you know, Coach Bell's back in the driver's seat, being the head coach for his second stint, and now it's just a matter of building that off-season momentum. Assuming tonight's the last night, building that whatever that last night is, building that off-season momentum, getting into the powerlifting, getting into the weight room, and just providing that off-season methodology that's going to take you to the next step.
We can speculate, but we certainly can't foresee what's going to happen on Selection Sunday, because we don't know what the 2 teams below Lake Orion did tonight. So, I mean, there's only 2 things can happen. They can get in the playoffs or they don't. And if they don't make it in, there's nothing for these kids and these coaches to hang their heads over, because with what they had to play this year, and we talked about it on end with the strength of the OAA Red, Lake Orion had a good season.
In other years, you might not schedule a Utica Eisenhower week 1 and a Saline Hornets week 9. But the way the playoff system works nowadays, you have to do that to have a chance to get into the playoffs. And so you're right. It's a gauntlet.
Yeah.
It's from week 1 to week 9, and Coach Bell's always said it. You can never take a week off in the OAA Red, and it's just a tribute to. Don't tell me that there's not good high school football in the state of Michigan. There is some really good high school football. Yeah, we're not the Texases, yeah, we're not the Georgias and Floridas, but there is some really good high school football in this state, and we've witnessed it here week in, week out, not only this year, but all the years you and I have been doing these games.
So that will wrap it up from the field. The Lake Orion Dragons close their season out. Maybe they don't. Whatever happens, we will be here to cover it. For my broadcast partner, Chris Fritching, for Joey Tysick and Ian Locke, who shared duties in the truck throughout the year, Joe Johnson manning the camera on the sideline. Thank you all, and thank you for watching. Good night, everyone.